Hey there, Cheesemeisters, and welcome back to the Peach Pod After Dark. I'm Jeff, and come on, Lennon, I was just starting to do good. And joining me on the other end of the internet, my host.
I'm Leslie, and I already know how to drink.
Always drink gin with a mark, kid. I can never tell if you cut it.
Noted.
This movie has a lot of good advice. This week, Cheesemeisters, we are talking about The Sting, the 1973 big con masterpiece, written by David S. Ward, directed by George Roy Hill, starring, and I'm going to list a whole bunch of people here because I kind of think I have to. Like, I don't think that there's characters you can ignore in this movie. Like, they're just, like, all of them kind of matter.
Yeah.
So, here we go. Robert Redford as Johnny Hooker. Paul Newman as Henry Gondorf. Robert Shaw as Doyle Lonigan. Ya follow. Charles Durning as Doc Hopper. Lieutenant Snyder. Ray Walston as J.J. Singleton. Eileen Brennan as Billy Peacock. Well, just Billy, but also she's Mrs. Peacock.
We know
Harold
where her
Gould.
character goes from here.
Yeah, exactly. Into the men's room. Harold Gould as Kid Twist. Dana Elcar as Agent Polk. John Heffernan as Eddie Niles. Jack Cahoe as the Eerie Kid. Demetra Arliss as Loretta. And Robert Earl Jones as Luther. We are watching this in conjunction with Season 4, Episode 32, Mr. Walsh Goes to Washington, Part 2. Because there was a big con revealed at the end of that episode. Our spelling connections, there are probably multiple, but I had pulled one and then I found one. The one that I pulled was Ray Walston. He was in an episode of Seventh Heaven. But I'm sure that you don't remember the name James Sloyan the same way that you recognize the name Paul Johansson or, anyone like that. But he played a character in The Sting called Matola.
Mm-hmm.
It's your boy, Jerry Rattinger.
My boy, Jerry Rattinger.
Jerry Rattinger.
What?
From the Beach Club. The one who Brandon wanted to date, the chippy he was dating, and he had to drive Jerry Rattinger's wife home. And he's like, sorry, Jer. The one who played pickleball.
I already forgot that man. Wow.
Yep. Jerry Rattinger.
Good for him. This is a big.
Yeah.
Big
What's that?
This is a big get for for an acting gig. Like, this is gonna be a major motion picture. Okay.
Well, I mean, and this predates 90210 by 20 years. So, like, when 90210, when they cast Jerry Rattinger, they were like, "We're getting Sloyan, yo."
Yeah, absolutely.
We got this dude.
Oh shit!
I know. He was in a movie that get 93% on Rotten Tomato and 95% on the Popometer. You don't think they're going to cast him as Jerry Rattinger? Step off. This movie, starring Jerry Rattinger, won 7 Oscars. 7.
Oof.
Best Picture, Best Director, Best Writing, Best Art Direction, Set Direction, or maybe, I don't know, I might have written the word direction twice there accidentally. Best Costume Design, Best Film Editing, Best Music. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. All of it.
Like, every single fucking one of those things in this movie is memorable and striking and impressive and fantastic. The costume design, the set direction, the set decoration, the editing, the music. I wish they give Oscars for title cards because those scene cards are like my favorite thing in the world. This movie is fucking great. It was also nominated. Redford got his only Best Actor nomination for this. Didn't win.
Wow.
Best Cinematography and Best Sound did not win. But 7 for 10 on the Oscars that year. So, had you seen this before? Because I keep forgetting. I feel like, here's the thing. I feel like at one point you told me that you had seen this movie and you really liked it. And then when I was like, we're going to watch it, you're like, cool, I've always wanted to watch that. And then I got confused.
That's totally fair. I have seen it. It's just not something that was stuck in my mind. Okay. I'm becoming a little less judgmental of me forgetting movies just because I'm like, okay, well, some stick in your brain and some don't. It's fine.
Can't remember.
Oh, darn. I have to rewatch The Sting. Damn.
Right.
Oh, darn. I had to rewatch So I Married an Axe Murderer. Damn.
I know,
this faulty brain. Oh, yeah, exactly. Like, and if anything, hopefully, this all just helps me remember shit from now on by talking about them here with you. But yeah, this was, I remembered seeing this VHS tape on a shelf growing up in my house. I'm pretty sure I watched it too young. And I say too young, not because it's inappropriate. It was just
confusing as hell.
It's confusing, you know? And like, I think you can watch this as young as you want, but you're not going to appreciate it for what it is. And you're probably not going to be following along very well. Like, you're going to be seeing things as they come and then forgetting them a minute later. And then I'm sure this is another one that we watched in the pandemic. And like, Cheese Meisters, you know by now, I don't remember shit from the pandemic.
No, and that's totally fair.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie a bunch. This might be one of my favorite movies ever. Like, It's not something I've thought about a whole lot until I got to the point where we were going to watch it. And I'm like, God damn, I love this movie. I also first saw it too young. Like this was one of the things we had taped off of a free HBO weekend or something.
Sweet.
And so it was on one of our VHS tapes, not the store-bought ones, but handwritten, The Sting. And I watched it when I was little, and my mom loves it. I told her we were watching it, and she was like, "That movie's really good." I'm like, "Oh, good. I'm glad you still think so." Like, I'm glad it's
my mom loves it.
Yeah, and kind of what's not to love. But like I watched it when I was little. And I didn't know what was going on. Like, I was totally confused. Probably the first 10 times I saw this movie because I was too young to like track it all. You know. I made Liam watch it with us. His takeaway was it's kind of slow. And, you know, it's 2.5 hours long and it's paced differently than modern movies. So, yeah, I could see that, you know.
I mean, I could see it. There were only a couple times that I let myself get distracted by the second screen, but only because, like, okay, I know nothing's happening right now, but like, I do want to see. I did way too much stuff today.
Gotcha.
But all that said, like, I think this is a captivating film, and I was thinking about this earlier, how I feel like nowadays very few directors, producers are going to be brave enough to trust that their movie or TV show is captivating enough to keep people off the second screen. And so they're not willing to have this slowness or, you know, less talking. Cause like, if you go back to The French Connection, I think we talked about how little talking there is in that. And, you know, there are still some art house films that will take these risks. But again, you have to dig deep to find those.
If you haven't, Cheese Meisters, if you haven't watched The Sting, don't listen to the rest of this. Like, I want to spoil it for you because I think that watching the con unfold is such a pleasure.
Yes.
And you should get to see that happen without knowing, without us telling you about it first. So please go watch The Sting and then come back because then you can watch it again because it totally holds up to multiple viewings. But I don't want to spoil any of this for you. Okay.
It's totally a Thanksgiving film. This is the week before Thanksgiving, so it's a Christmas film.
That's right. Well, hell, it's a sex comedy. There's a carousel in it.
That's true, and there are a bunch of whores riding those horses at one
There are
point.
whores
So
on the carousel. Round
way
and
to go,
round and up and
ladies.
down. That's right.
Anyway, I forget. What was your question?
Um. Oh. I was asking when I stopped to tell the Cheesemeisters to go watch the movie. I was going to ask if you were surprised by any part of the ending, because it's a very layered thing that's happening, and the audience isn't let in on it until the very last second.
Yeah.
And so if you don't know what's coming, then because I remember being confused as hell about the ending of this movie. Were you confused by the ending of it? Did they get you? And then
They
you
did
go,
not
oh,
get
I see
me.
what they didn't get you. Okay.
They didn't get me. I mean, like I said, or was about to say, your text message earlier about Liam saying it's kind of confusing and like you have to just kind of watch it and let it happen.
Yeah.
Relaxed me into it. So like as things are unfurling and you're wondering like who's conning who, or now there's this whole other layer and oh God, okay, what's gonna happen? And when the police got involved with and made a deal with Hooker's character, I went, oh, I think there's more to this. I think this is all part of it. So like I didn't have it exactly as it transpired, but because I wasn't sure if Gondorf, what is that? Gondorf?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he was also part of it, but he would have had to have been because it was just too perfect a con for there to be any last minute elements. So no, it was fun to be like, hey, I didn't predict this exactly, but I'm not surprised. Like this is what I was hoping it was.
Yeah. It's like I know that the first multiple times I saw this movie, I was like, oh shit, Hooker's turning on Gondorf. Which is what you're supposed to think because that's the con. And you're let in on the foundation of the big con, but you're never told the specifics of these sub cons. So the audience is being conned along with Lonergan and, as it turns out, Snyder. But the way that it all gets tied together with the only two people not in on it rushing each other out of the door.
Yes.
Like, do you want to go back in there? There's two corpses, everything's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. I think this movie, every piece of it fits together perfectly.
Yes.
Like, here's a dumb example of that, but tell me I'm wrong. In any other movie, Johnny Hooker is a dumb name.
Yes.
Right? Like, as a character name, that's a terrible character name. In this movie, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, I'm out, Johnny. When Luther, like, that's perfect. And then the people call him Hooker all the time. And that would be hilarious to me as a 13-year-old. In any other context. Like, if Mr. Bean played a detective named Johnny Hooker, I'm certain of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, but I'm there. I get it. That's what this name is. But in this movie, Jeff's Kiss. Obviously the music in this, the ragtime, the Scott Joplin of it all, I'm not sure there's any movie that's had more perfect music put to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost too subtle because there were moments when, as I'm watching it and like really focused on the story, I went, wait a minute, the music is such a big part of this. And I forget in what moment exactly the music sounded kind of similar to what is played in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And I'm like,
sure,
well, that's fitting that music would sound a little similar to that, considering it's I mean, well, it's quite a different era, but also it's the same duo.
And same director.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure about that. It was a
yeah.
brief moment, and like otherwise, the music is quite different in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Mm.
Um, but no, this has a very good score. I don't know if I could say that it is if there is like no other movie with as perfect a score, but I mean it's up there.
Yeah, I mean, it just all of it fits. Like when you hear The Entertainer, you not only is could it you very easily just picture Redford and Newman, but you picture the color palette of this movie. Like
Yeah.
that song elicits that visual, and like that connection is so great in this. Um, the costumes, those suits.
Oh my god, those suits.
I mean, come on, and the hats and the
Perfect.
trench coats and Snyder's sloppiness. Like his costume is perfect.
His coat alone is because I was thinking about like what is a dead giveaway about this man when he walks in and I think the character's name is Twix is hiding in the back.
Twist, Kid
Twist.
Twist.
Kid
Yeah,
Twist. Yeah. And they're watching him, and I thought, like, how is this a dead giveaway? And I'm like, I mean, the way he's moving and looking around, but also mainly the coat.
yeah, yeah,
Everyone else is showing off their figure, looking, tailored and neat, and he's just schlubbing.
yeah. He's a total schlub, like the schlubbiest. Um, this was all backlot basically, but the sets in this are perfect. Like they
Yes.
feel like the 1930s. Like every piece of it looks like you're not on a backlot at Universal. You know,
Yeah.
the diner that he meets Lonigan in is the same diner from Back to the Future.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It doesn't look the same set decoration and whatnot, but it's the same set. Like,
Wow.
yeah. Um, mentioned briefly earlier those title cards that give
Beautiful.
you the different sections of them. Like, not only are they gorgeous, but the style of the artwork matches the movie, and
Yes.
they break the story up in like these nice little chunky set pieces that you're like, I just want to go back and watch the train scene again. Put on the hook,
Yeah.
like like it's all works so well.
Yeah, and I think it helps keep the audience invested in how this con is being played out.
Yeah.
Like it's no different than reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
Some chapters are just numbers and then others have a title and that title gives you a little bit of something to keep an eye out for and that
Right.
keeps your engagement. And that's what this movie does. And like I think it kind of at least for me too, it helped also relieve some of the stress of I need to watch and find all the ways the wheels are turning and other cogs in the machine and like nope, there's the tail that's coming up. Okay, so I need to listen more.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I think the mark is perfect. Robert Shaw as Lonigan is so fucking great. Like
Yeah.
he's an asshole. He's kind of funny. He's got that limp, which apparently was a real limp. Like he hurt
I
himself playing
saw that.
racquetball like a week before. He's wearing this big ass brace, but it's perfect.
Yeah.
And he's like, you want to see him taken down. Like there's so
He's
much joy in watching him get his comeuppance.
he's so intimidating and you can tell that like staring people down, doing nothing, being silent, not even breathing hardly is nothing for him. Like
Yeah.
this is so easy for him.
Yeah.
It's
You follow?
fascinating.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's just, oh my God. Yeah. I can't think of a better character that you want to see just have his shit stolen. You know? Like,
Sure.
just get good. Steal all of his money. I want to see him eat it because he's Like, one, he killed Luther, and so go fuck yourself for that
Yeah.
shit. He bought a boat that said "Live Forever," for God's sake. Like, he was out. That was his last job. The other thing that I think fits perfectly in this movie is the con itself. Like, it's so intricate and layered on top of itself, and the bow that it ties itself up in at the end is so pretty. And it just is like, here's what happens in this movie, Cheesemeisters. Because we haven't really talked about it. Because again, we're assuming you watched it just now and then came back.
Yeah.
But like, you're, first of all, the thing that you see, and the other thing I didn't say that's sort of perfect, and I guess that's sort of what I'll talk about here, is those set pieces. Right? Okay. Like that first con where they put and he takes it out of his underwear and he gives it to the guy. Better give it to me. Give it all to me if you want to keep it.
Yeah.
And then that guy running and getting in the cab and going north when the station is south, and finding out he's just got Kleenex. Like, that whole con is so fun to watch because you don't know what's happening. Yeah. You know? And then when it's revealed, oh no, this was a con, and all three of these guys are in on it, and like, it's so fun. You're like, oh, that was awesome. Like, that's a great way to trick somebody. What a good grift that was. And then this part is a little bit long, but you have to get to know who Johnny is, and that he like goes and blows all of his money on one bet at a rigged roulette table.
That made me so mad.
And not rigged like in Casablanca. Like,
true.
Yeah, this was rigged for him to lose, not to win. And then he's like, I bought a nice suit, but then he's out of money. And so you're like, oh, this is what this guy is. And then Luther's like, I'm out. I'm retiring. Like, and we get to meet Luther's family for about 35 seconds.
Yes.
And it makes the fact that Luther ends up thrown out the window and beat to death 10 minutes later crushing. Yes. What did they do to you, Luther? Like, when come on. Like, they're out at church. We had half a scene with these people. And then, but now they're like, oh my God, when she's crying over Luther's dead body, you feel it. You know?
That woman killed it. She said, I have 2 scenes in this and I'm going to own them. That's
right. Yeah. It's so fucking good. And that gives you the motivation. Like, it's long. It's the exact opposite of every James Bond opening, and that it's like, it matters.
You need to care about Luther. You need to want to seek vengeance as well. Yeah,
because Hooker goes to see Gondorf because Luther said before he retired, go see this guy. He can teach you a lot of stuff. He's done Big Con. But because Luther got killed, they're basically, he's like, with Luther biting it, I probably couldn't get more than 200 or 300 guys to volunteer to do this job. Like, Luther was beloved. Everybody loved that dude and wanted to take down the guy who took him down. And then they have this thing that I find fascinating. And I think it's part of why the movie is so good, is they show you the con man industrial complex. Like, they show you the back, like behind the house, of what needs to happen in order for a con like this to go off. It can't just be, here's the scheme.
It's kind of like watching a play get put together.
Yeah. Yeah. But you won't believe the finished product unless, like, how do they get these guys to do this? Like, all these, they hired a bunch of people to pretend to be betting on horses.
I mean,
like, if you don't explain that, it's this thing that the audience will bump on. You know,
sure.
Like, it doesn't even make sense.
I was more impressed than anything. But
yeah,
again, it's no different than acting. these people, which I can't believe I said that. But again, you're bringing people together. You give them their, like, this is your role. This is what you need to be doing at this point. When this man comes in, that's your cue. That's when you do this. I mean, wow, it's crazy.
Yeah. And they have like con man LinkedIn. Like they got a book
Yes.
of like everyone who's in town and what their skills are, and then they have job interviews. And like my specialty is an Englishman. Like, and that got brought. Then they have costumes. Go pick a suit out off the rack.
Yep.
And then they go talk to a guy who has a warehouse filled with shit that people need if they're going to put on a con. Like, you need a horse betting wire. I can get you that. I can get you the ticker tape machine. Like, what?
Yeah,
Who has all of those things?
More than acting, this is just making a movie. You know,
it is.
You have to find the props department. You have to find the storage unit, or like this is the one thing our storage unit doesn't have. Got to go look on eBay. Like I was on Craigslist earlier looking at free stuff, and I thought, who would need this thing? And I'm like, oh my god, this is perfect for people making films or any shows. I mean, anything could be a prop because anything and everything is a story.
Yeah. And that's why this movie is so fucking great, is that there's all of these stories happening constantly and every character matters.
Yeah.
Like, even down to Joe Erie Kid, who's like the one who pulls the con at the beginning and then mouths off to Snyder and gets the bloody nose and gets the job in the con because Kid Twist saw him get the bloody nose. He's like, you got moxie, kid. And he used to work for Luther, so he's in it for the vengeance. He wants to do right by Luther. And you see, and then when the con kicks off, he's nervous. Yeah. Because he's never done it before, and it really matters to him. And the Englishman gives him a little bit of advice. It's like pre-show jitters, you know? Yeah. And then he ends up, he's not supposed to be this close to Lonigan, but Lonigan sits down next to him. And then he's like, I think I was just background, but now I think I can get like 3 lines out of this deal. And then he's like, come on, Blue Note. Like, you know, he gets up and he cheers for his horse. And then he develops this whole, it's like watching Best in Show. You know what I mean? Like they worked on the character. And so when it's his turn, he's just there. He's doing the thing. And if you don't see the way they put it all together and the fact that there's a guy who, like, this is one of my favorite lines in the whole movie, when they're the guy who has the warehouse full of stuff. And he's like, he quotes him, $3,000 for it or whatever. Yes. And he's like, do you want a flat rate or a percentage? And he says, who's the mark? And he goes, Doyle Lonigan. He goes, flat rate.
Yeah. No, I caught that too. That was so funny.
He doesn't think they got a shot at pulling this off. So he's like, just fucking pay me. And that is like, it paints such a real picture of this whole world when even the guy whose whole job is just to rent them all of this stuff is like, nah. Like, yeah. He has an opinion and you know what it is and you understand why. And it's amazing. So they set up the con itself. I love so much because they send, like, first they get on the train with him. They want to get in his poker game and they want to get their hooks into him. But first they steal his fucking money.
Brilliantly. Oh my God.
They use his own money to bet against him to get more of his money that they are then going to use to finance the thing that ends up taking all of his money. Like, Lonigan has to pay for this. He's bankrolling the whole operation and he doesn't know it. But they set him up and they get in there and Gondorf plays great drunk, hilarious drunk.
Yes.
So fun. That poker scene is, I love that set piece so much. That whole poker scene, I could watch it a million times.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, he's not only is he winning Lonigan's money and out cheating him. What was I supposed to do? Call him for cheating better than me in front of the others?
Oh,
fuck
I
off.
mean,
So good.
Lonigan is just staring daggers at him the entire time. And Shaw is just, whatever, man. I'm here to have a good time. Like,
that's right.
So
here for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he's like, he's getting his money, but more what he's doing is making Lonigan hate him.
Mm-hmm.
So that 10 minutes later, when Lonigan doesn't have the money to pay him and he can humiliate him in front of people and further make Lonigan hate him, he sends in Hooker to tell Lonigan that, that guy, he just cheated you. But I need your help because I want to take him down. And now the hook's all the way in because Lonigan hates this fuck.
Yeah.
He really wants to get him. And so it breaks down all of the protective barriers that a guy like Lonigan would have. Like the suspicion of, that you're getting taken or that, I don't trust this guy or whatever. They break him of it by pissing him off.
Yeah. They tapped into his ego, I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. But like not in a flattering way. Like,
no, definitely not.
They used his ego to hoist him up.
I wrote down at one point power and pride because you learn, even though Lonigan doesn't ever say very much, you learn so much about him, at least with, like, in the scene when he's playing golf and, they let him know, like, hey, one of them got away. Like, do you want us to keep going? And he's like, you see that other guy over there? And he goes into this, explanation of like, if I let this kid go, that guy and many other people are going to be vying for my position.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be this on top of everyone who grifts me in the slightest, or I am no longer the kingpin.
Yeah. Yeah. And while he's getting hooked and taken, he's hired a assassin, like the best in the business, to come after Hooker.
Yeah.
And the only reason that she doesn't end up killing him is because Gondorf is like, and he hired someone to watch Johnny because he knew that he was in trouble. Like, Henry's like 3 steps ahead of everybody the whole time. And it's like, it's so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
And he knows that Snyder is hunting him down. So he sets up a side sting to get Snyder, because the whole thing is you can't just steal their money. You have to steal their money and not let them know that you did it so that they're not coming to get you afterwards. Mm-hmm. And they build all of it so that they get rid of Snyder, they get rid of Lonigan, they get all of his money.
Yeah.
And it's so brilliantly constructed, and we see most of it, but some of it they hide from the audience, so that when the end comes, we're not even sure 100% what just happened until he opens his eyes and smiles with his fake blood coming out of his mouth. It's a Swiss fucking watch.
It reminds me of when we were watching Clue and discussing murder mysteries, like, does the whole thing even matter, or is it really just about the how it was done? And I think in this case, we care about all of it. Yeah. But I think in a lot of con movies, say like the Ocean's number inserted here movies, I think people just want to see how it was pulled off. It's not so much about and I've only seen one, so like, I could be wrong. But But there are many other con movies, I think, where at the end of it, you just want to see how it was done. You don't really care
Yeah,
about the lead up or all the work. This one, I feel like there's an investment. You know,
there
it's
is.
not even. There's not even. It's because it's not the typical. I just want to screw this man over. It's like, no, I want to ruin this man.
Mm-hmm.
And but then there's the added discussion of like, hey, don't come back to me though when it's not enough. And
Right.
then at the end, he addresses it again, saying, you know what, you're right. It's not, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah,
And
it's close. And that
it,
smile,
oh,
the fucking Redford face.
oh my God. I know. Between Newman and Redford, I was just
Uh-huh.
like,
Oh, we'll get into it. Don't even worry about it.
I know. Good grief.
No, it's not. It's not strictly speaking about you. But let's talk about Redford and Newman, actually.
What a pair.
Right. So, Paul Newman's eyes are like Alfred Hitchcock. Like, there's going to be a shot of them in every single movie where you just go, fuck me. Like,
Yes.
like where they're the bluest thing you've ever seen. And in this movie, it was at the poker table when they're planning the thing in the back of the brothel.
Yeah.
There, when he, I think it's when he asks Hooker, or the table if anyone's been passing bad money.
Yes.
And there's a shot where they just lit his eyes and they explode. And you're like, fuck me, Paul Newman's eyes.
I know. He's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
So I think it's only fair to compare this to Butch and Sundance a little bit.
I think most people do.
Yeah. So here's my big picture is I like this movie better.
Okay.
I just do. I just love this movie. I like Butch and Sundance a lot. I had nothing bad to say about Butch and Sundance. I like this way better. But this movie is not a co-starring vehicle. This is a Robert Redford movie with Paul Newman in a supporting role. Like you don't even meet Newman until 20 minutes in. It's Johnny's story. You don't even know why Gondorf's doing it. Gondorf's just doing it because why? Shit, I was going to do that anyway. You know, like he's like Jay and Silent Bob taking the stage down for the dating show in the mall.
It's funny though because what you're saying is true, obviously, and yet I still viewed it as a Newman and Redford project.
Of course, because they are equals, but their roles in this are like Redford's the star, Newman's a supporting character, but Newman's character is, like I said, 3 steps ahead of everybody.
Well, and he looms large.
Yeah, like there's this knowing presence that's him, even when he's not on screen. You're just like Gondorf's in the background, just taking care of this shit. But Butch and Sundance is very much a co-starring situation. Like they are co-equals in that movie. Are you more of a Butch and Sundance person? I think you might be.
I am. And it's funny because as you were talking, I thought, you know what? Granted, I would love an excuse for a rewatch of Butch Cassidy. I feel like I know without this that The Sting has better pacing.
Yeah.
Because at some point, Butch Cassidy does feel long. But I think it's kind of meant to because their luck runs out. Mm-hmm. You know? Butch Cassidy and
next time
had don't. Like, that movie had a bigger impact on me. Mm-hmm. Just, you know, because it starts out this fun, lighthearted thing. And again, I've said I'm a sucker for stories about friendship. And then you see that ending and talk about, I didn't know that was coming. And I was devastated.
Was that like the first movie you ever saw with a tragic ending?
Oh, I doubt it. I watched a lot of sad stuff. My mom would be horrified. But it's true. Like, I mean, you know, I watched a lot of happy stuff, obviously, but like, I don't know. I've always leaned more towards emotional stories, you know,
Hmm.
and things about history, and history is usually quite sad.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
You
that.
know, like if it ever ends on a hopeful note, it's probably only going to be for 5 minutes, people. Like,
Right.
keep
Yeah.
reading about what happens after the civil rights movement. It didn't stop.
What?
Um,
Everything's fine now. Don't you know that?
oh, Jeff, we need to talk.
No, we don't. We really don't.
So that's, I kind of want to think about that more on maybe what was the first tragedy I ever saw. Because I could only make guesses, but
I mean,
I don't think this one was it.
I can tell you for me, it was probably The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, damn.
You know, like there was like the first movie that I probably, well, it was one of the first movies I ever saw in the theater. So there's that because I was 6 when it came out.
Okay.
But that, that movie that has a down ending. Like it's the end of Act 2. You put your characters in the worst place they can be. In Act 3, they got to get out of it.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was probably Empire. But and I don't think I saw Butch and Sundance till I was maybe in college, maybe high school, but so it
I
wasn't
feel
that.
like
But that's why I was wondering if that's why it landed for you really hard because you had just seen, I don't know, American Girl doll and Newsies and shit.
how dare you? No,
No, Annie has a happy ending, fireworks and shit. There's an elephant for God's sake.
I am dark and disturbed.
Oh, I know what you are now. I was talking about then. Before you were
No,
corrupted by all these dark movies you
she
watched.
she's she's always been there is the thing.
Mm.
I was just thinking too, there have been levels to first tragedies because I'll never forget another big devastating another level in watching tragedy was Brian's song.
Oh, fuck yeah. Of course.
That movie fucked me up. Um
Sure.
as it would anyone, that's the point. Yeah, I don't know. I love stories about friendship. I'm sad when things don't go right for friends.
Yeah.
Um I don't know. But now I really want to. I wish I could think of what the first tragedy is that I saw. I will come back to you, Cheese Meisters, on that.
Okay. Good. Our breath will be bated.
I don't think it
Um,
needs to be that, but I think it's an interesting.
yeah.
It's kind of like when you find out for everyone, like, oh, what was your historical tragedy that you lived through, or that was like life
Oh, sure.
altering for you? What
Yeah,
was
yeah,
your
yeah.
9/11? What was your JFK?
Right,
Challenger,
right.
all these
Yeah, yeah.
things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, do you have more to say about the film, or do you want to talk about intimacy?
Um, one final thing I'll add about the film is I couldn't help it. I was so impressed. And he might have had a stunt for some of these, but I was so impressed with Robert Redford's running. Like
Oh,
this dude, this man was not like peak performance, peak,
mm-hmm.
like it looked like he either is just naturally fit and active or he did some training for this because sometimes actors on film running are distracting.
Uh-huh. You
He
ever seen Tom
wasn't.
Cruise run?
I've heard enough
Tom,
about it.
it's
I try
crazy.
to avoid watching Tom Cruise ever,
Yeah.
um, since he jumped on a couch. Um, that's been the goal. But no, Robert Redford, I feel like runs very naturally in this, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
like kind of parkour happening, which
Yeah, especially on the that escape sequence on the train.
oh,
Yeah,
so good. So
I know.
I liked those scenes. I also really, I've mentioned this before, just the sound of those shoes on pavement
Yeah.
is, man, that's my ASMR green room right there.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's all
Yeah,
I got.
I don't know that I ever paid attention to his running, but I do like. I love that chase scene. Hooker with
He's just having to run so much, and you don't see anyone else doing that in this film. So I
that's
think
true.
it's a unique part of a character's storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Adventures in Intimacy.
Yes. There are not a lot because
No.
thankfully the filmmakers and the writers understood we don't need a romance in this movie.
Nope.
But these are all still humans. They're going to interact with these are men. They're going to interact with women. It's 1930s. So there were a bunch of little things, little intimacy, little intimate moments that happened that told so much about these characters' interactions that we may not have gotten from anything else because we don't see women a lot in this. Like we see Eileen Brennan some, but she doesn't say a lot. And then Loretta, the woman who is paid to shoot him, also doesn't say very much, but they really make a meal out of their scenes. And you know, we have no idea who this woman is early on, but she's clearly a secretary for I don't know, one of the con men when Hooker comes in, and she knows she knows when he gets within an inch of her scalp to lean in and kiss her. She's like, beat it.
Yeah.
And then as he's on his way out, he gets there's an even wider berth before she's like, no, like she knows he's in there. I'm going to have to keep wary. Like I can still do my job, but I can also beat his ass if I need to and let him know like
cad.
Not to do.
Yeah. She's Monty Penny.
Is Monty Penny beating off Bond with a stick though?
No, but she keeps him at arm's length.
She does, but I think it depends on which Money Penny because like
That's
the first one was DTF.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
But also smart about it because I think there are times where she's just like, oh, this is not a good idea. I'm going to keep other women away.
There you go.
Oh man, I love Money Penny. Now I want to watch Bond.
Okay.
Give me a Money Penny movie. Hollywood. Fuck Bond. Give me Money Penny.
You're yelling at the wrong people. Yell at Amazon. They own the Bond.
Well, I will happily yell, fuck Amazon.
Yeah, do it, Amazon. Make it right. That's why you bought the franchise to begin with, so you could do shit like a Monty Penny show.
Yeah, there you go. In other small intimacies that tell us what we need to know about a character, Eileen Brennan, when she's talking to Charles Durning's character, trying to distract him and keep him from doing his work, slow him down a little bit. She like, it's not the point of the scene, but she lightly strokes his hand. And again, there's not a lot of time given to these moments because these people can't be bothered. Right. The recipients of these intimacies cannot be bothered. I am doing a job.
Yeah.
Like, not interested.
Yeah.
We have burlesque dancers in this.
You were for tremendous effect.
Yeah. With bigger nipple covers than I've ever seen. So I'm thinking
those covered like the whole boob. I mean, she was pretty flat-chested, that dancer, but those covered the whole boob.
Yeah, but nowadays, I feel like they're supposed to be nipple covers for that time. Or it could just be like, hey, it's 1973, we're not the 80s yet, so we're still going to cover most of the boob.
Well, they was super period though. I mean, they were going. Everything was 1930s styled. Like all the mores were 30s.
That's what I thought initially. Like this just seems of the time.
I think it was.
What I loved was when the woman he's come to pick up, is coming off stage after she's performed. Someone immediately gave her a robe, and I thought, I need to remember this the next time I'm on set and actors are refusing robes. Take the fucking robe. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just part of the process of like, yes, I'm human again. And also not everyone wants to see this. Or if I want to be spoken to professionally and treated professionally, like, okay, I'm off stage. I'm off work mode, Right. Mm-hmm. So I liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She behaved differently after she had the robe on.
Absolutely. as
Yeah,
anyone at any job does. When
sure.
you're on, you're on. When you're whatever off stage looks like for you, the mask is off, you relax a little, you undo, the corset stays, you know,
I'm telling you, if I
typical.
went to work and wore a robe, I would act different.
I'm sure
Just
you
saying.
would. You'd probably be even more relaxed.
I'd be like Homer in that episode where he quit going to church and like he just got to stay at home in big fuzzy bear slippers and a big old bathrobe while everyone went to church and froze their butts off and he was all toasty. That would be me.
Nice.
Yeah.
The last thing I have in this for intimacy, and in keeping on theme, so much of this added to the story, but
Mm-hmm.
the night before the final con performance, the con finale, if you will,
Yeah. Yeah.
you see a shot of um Paul Newman's character and Eileen Brennan's character in bed together. He's
Yeah.
up, he's thinking, she pops up like, why haven't you gone to bed? Suggesting they've been together a long time. And then
Mm-hmm.
you see Robert Redford asleep next to I don't know the actress's name.
Loretta.
She played Loretta. It's weird the characters' names I could keep up with it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Um but you see them asleep next to each other and like they have finally gotten a hookup, and I thought this feels like when you're watching a war movie and everyone's hooking up the night before, or like in Super Troopers when Dina Myers and what's his name,
Starship Troopers.
oh my god, I did it
You did
again.
it. You did it in your head. You did it again.
Starship Troopers. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
when they have 20 minutes before battle and they hook up. I mean, they have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. It's very nerve-wracking, and in a way they are going into battle. So I just thought it was interesting that they had at least one hookup happening, but they're showing these
Here's
images of men with their women.
here's how I read that. Um, Henry's not going to sleep because he's worried. He's running it all through. Like everything that's happening in this story is all happening in his head constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And he cannot go to sleep. Hooker got it out of his system, and he has crashed. He's relaxed already for the next day. And Henry is not.
Yeah, I mean, again, it just adds to the feeling of like, experience versus inexperience, or
Mm-hmm.
different types of experience, where you are in this. Like, I mean, Henry is the general in this. He is the one leading them all. Oh, actually, that's up for debate because I mean, Hooker's character is the main moving piece.
Yeah, but Henry's the general.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
I had that right. So yeah, I mean that makes sense to me then why he isn't sleeping,
Yeah, to me too. And it's it just and they also have different motivations for what they're doing.
Yes.
And I think that and they also have different proximity to the mark. So I think that Johnny is convinced that this is going to work
Yeah.
because he knows how deep Lonigan is hooked in. Like he knows it. He's got this guy. I've got him. And Henry is up thinking about all the things that could go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows that any one of 40 things doesn't go perfect and this all falls apart and we die.
Yep.
But and he's like he's not so close to Lonigan that he believes Johnny, but he's also like, but we got to make sure that this is happening and this is happening and this is happening, and like there's a million things going on.
You had a letter. You had a letter. You had a letter.
Get on with it. Okay. Needle Drop Forest.
Scott Joplin.
Yeah. This song is perfect for this. but it wasn't just his music. I always thought that it was, but like, I don't know, Marvin Hamlish did some shit with it. Like, do you understand that? Do you know what he did? Because I didn't get a chance to like read a whole bunch about it. Just that like he scored this movie using Joplin's music, but not just recordings. Like they maybe played it. So tell me what you understand.
Here's what I interpret from that. I imagine he made variations to it. Because that can happen. Musicians take an original piece and then just like we take stories and adapt it in another way. So that's how I interpreted it, as him making new variations of it or using that as influence for what he wrote. But
I think there was a lot of that last part for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got on that.
Okay. Yeah. Like here's the thing. I don't know, because The Entertainer, I know from this movie, first and almost exclusively. Like, it's not like, it's not like Ragtime is on the radio a lot. So like, I didn't hear his version of it outside of this movie. So maybe like Joplin's version of The Entertainer sounds different in some way than the version I know from this movie. So maybe he's changed it in some way,
maybe,
but whatever he did.
Also, it would be hard to tell because I feel like we all only ever hear the first 5 minutes of The Entertainer.
Yeah, it's true.
Or you hear, it's a short song. I imagine he expanded on it. That's probably what that was, because what you hear when people are learning piano is 5 minutes. Less than. It's maybe 2 minutes. And you have something that's scoring a film.
Yeah.
I feel like he must have expanded upon it.
Yeah. Or just taken the themes and extrapolated in some way. Whatever he did, good job, Marv.
Yeah.
You nailed it. What else time? Is this anyone's defining role?
I'm sure this would be up there with Redford, or it's probably not Newman's defining role. It could be Redford's defining role, but not for me. They're Butch and Sundance.
Got it.
Yeah, they're Butch and Sundance.
Okay.
Or Brick. Or Daddy. Like there are many things in my heart. Yeah.
Fast Eddie Felson. Fucking Fast Eddie Felson. It's either this or Jaws for Robert Shaw.
Oh, it's Jaws, definitely.
I just love this. I love this movie, and I love his performance as Lonigan so much. Like that, Quint's great. Like Jaws is great. But I'm more likely to say "ya falla" than I am to say "here's to swimming with bow-legged women." Like, I'm apt to say both, but I'm more likely to say "ya falla."
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah, he's so good in this.
Obviously,
not Eileen.
No, it's not Eileen's.
No, and it's not Charles Durning, because he's Doc Hopper.
Yeah.
Love Doc Hopper. It's not it's not your boy James Sloyan. I mean, it's not Jerry Radinger. No. Not even close. Yeah, I mean that Jack Kehoe, who played Erie Kid, yes.
Yes, I feel like most of the con crew, it's their defining role.
If I saw them in anything, I would think, hey, that's the Erie Kid. If I saw Loretta in anything, I would think that's Loretta.
Yeah.
Probably the same with Robert Earl Jones. I don't know what else I've seen him in, but anything I see him in, I'm going to think of him as Luther.
Luther.
Um, I mentioned this to you before, but I don't know if I mentioned it to you while we were recording. But this movie, when you see this movie as young as I did, which is, probably 8 or 9, you cannot tell white dudes in hats apart.
No.
I mean, all these dudes in their hats, I'm like, I don't know which one are you? Are you the one that works with Lonigan, or are you the one who got the bloody nose? I know the Englishman, but he doesn't really wear a hat. But like just all these dudes in their hats, and it made it so hard for me, like as a kid, to know what was happening in this movie.
That makes a lot of sense, and I know for me too, like I needed women to watch and to care. And there were not many women in this.
No.
And sadly I forgot about them. But
some of the ones who were in it did get to ride a carousel.
Oh, they look like, see, I wanted to learn more about those women. They were having the most fun in their robes, just riding the carousel, giving a wave to Redford. Like,
yep. I know.
What a life.
I know. It's too bad that all carousels are not fronts for brothels. You know?
You know what? He did not seem to have a bad setup going on. Like, this was another movie where I was watching it going like, damn, I really wish I was better at like manipulating and planning and
I know.
Using my brain.
Tap right in to that All About Eve action.
Yeah, I don't know what it all means. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to unlock some mastermind part of my brain, unfortunately.
Man, you never know.
But I can dream,
It ain't over yet.
And if not that, then like, if I come to acquire a carousel and it can be a front for, a brothel, I'll have it made in the shade.
There you go. Carousels equal sex. Andrea said so. So does this movie. Round and round, up and down.
Yep.
What else you got?
Okay, we need to talk about the 46th Oscars, which this was nominated. Because I was looking this up, and it's just been really fun lately looking up the Oscar years that a lot of these movies were awarded during, because other movies we've seen are in the same year a lot of times. And so in this case, we have watched and discussed American Graffiti. This movie, The Sting, obviously beat it. Liked it, but no, the Sting, well deserved.
I agree. Yeah.
Let's see. Some other notable mentions, I think, for that year. This one's for my mom. The Way We Were.
But also from The Jerk.
Oh my God.
I just heard this song that reminded me of The Way We Were. The Way We Were.
Oh my God. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yep.
That's definitely one of those where I'm like, great, I've seen it. I will never watch it again because it hurts too much.
Oh, there you go.
But
I don't think I've ever seen it.
You're okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
You're okay.
I get it. It was about The Way We Were.
Oh, I need to make sure that Redford and Streisand are amazing. Let me just put this on. No, you already know they're amazing.
They're good.
You're good. The Exorcist came out that year, which I will never see, and
that movie's so fucking good. Oh my God, is that movie good?
Apparently, I read somewhere, again, I was reading a lot about this Oscars, but William Friedkin?
Friedkin. William Friedkin? Hold on.
Friedkin. Yeah, the guy who did
Friedkin.
The French Connection and did The
yeah.
Exorcist. He refused to go to like the big Oscars ball afterwards because he didn't win. He was so enraged.
Spite. I love spite.
No idea if that's true or not, but like, listen, I may be avoiding an Office Christmas party this year for that very reason, even though we're getting what we want. But
spite.
You all know I'll say too much.
No.
It was the year of the Streaker.
Oh, nice.
It was the year of the Oscar Streaker. So
yes.
Honestly, that's really why I had to talk about this Oscars. But there were
Mm-hmm.
other that and Marvin Hamlish getting nominated out the wazoo and winning both for The Way We Were and for The Sting. I'm like, wow, this was a big year.
Yeah. The 70s, like, look, this is not breaking news. The 70s had some really good movies.
I know. Let's
Like,
watch more.
we will. I mean, I'm motivated. Um, The Exorcist is fucking great. Um,
Nope.
yeah, it's really good. Plus, it there was a Saturday Night Live Exorcist 2 from like
Oh no.
1977 or something with Richard Pryor playing one of the priests, and they're in there and they're like doing the power of Christ compels you, and they're like, they're trying to get the demon out, and the bed is like starts to fly in the ground. He's like, he just goes, the bed must be on the ground. The bed must be on the ground. And then the bed, and he goes, the bed is on my foot. It's so great. Um, your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Oh
Uh,
my.
The Exorcist is fucked up, but really, really good. So I don't, yeah, I'm
The
not going to try too hard to convince you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One last thing about this Oscars, because this is historical. Julia Phillips was the first female producer to win an Oscar for Best Picture.
Oh, there you go.
So, way to go, Julia Phillips.
Yeah. Shouts to you.
Break that ceiling.
I wanted to talk for just a minute about some of the other things people in this movie had done.
Oh,
Our director, George Roy Hill, not only did he do this, he did Slaughterhouse-Five, which is
ooh.
classic. Butch Cassidy. He did Thoroughly Modern Millie.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he did the movie of Thoroughly Modern Millie. He also did Slapshot with Paul Newman and Butch and Sundance, which we talked about.
Mm.
I've not seen Slapshot, but people love it. It's a hockey movie with your boy. So, and I know a perfect chance when we could watch it with 90210. And
Great.
he also directed Funny Farm with Chevy Chase, which is like it's not top tier Chase. David S. Ward,
I thought you
the
were going
guy
to
who
say
wrote the
David S.
movie.
Pumpkins.
Any questions? Several.
I'm wearing the perfect outfit for that.
Yes, you kind of are. Hi, puppy. On top of writing this, he also wrote Sleepless in Seattle and King Ralph and Major League. Like,
I know
though,
neither. Well, I've heard of Major League.
Major League is a big, broad, silly baseball comedy. Not and King Ralph is also like a big old silly movie. Like, it's not The Sting. Uh, but there was one other person who there were some notables here with this. Um, Edith Head. Have you heard of her?
Ooh, yes.
Okay, so she won the costume design for this.
That's fitting.
Yeah, and I think it was her. It might have been her last win, but she also did costume. Not only did she do Sabrina and A Place in the Sun and Roman Holiday and The Sting, um, she did Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid,
Wait,
which was we've talked
that's
about this movie. This is the Steve Martin film noir where he interacts with all the characters from other film noir movies. So she had to do the
okay.
costumes for the people in 1982 so that they matched with the costumes of like Humphrey Bogart in the movie he's in that they reference, and like all of this stuff. Like it's super impressive. But yeah, that's the one that like caught me, that I was like, "Oh wow, look at that." Uh she was also, not for nothing, in one episode of Columbo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she played herself, I guess. Um So, shouts to Edith Head in this movie. Um, what else you got?
I think that's it for my what else.
Alrighty. So what is this the EST of for you?
This is the best dressed con.
It's Beau Brummel, 100%.
Yeah.
I have the best con movie ever. Like, just,
yeah, definitely.
I love it. You know, like I will say this. Those Oceans movies are good. The first one I think is great. The second one, I feel like yada yada's a lot of the plot. At the end, they're like, "Oh yeah, all this stuff happened off screen," and you're like, "What?" But I thought
I've
13
seen the
was good
first
too.
one, or I say the first one, and I mean George
The Clooney one. Yeah.
one. Yeah, and I feel
Very
like that's
different than the
all
Sinatra one, by the way. Those are very different vibes.
I'm sure. And no disrespect to Ocean's 8, but I feel like Ocean's 11 is all I need to see. You know?
I do think, I mean, you were talking about sort of the difference between the two things. I think the Ocean's movies are way more about the hang. Like these characters getting to hang out with each other. This movie is so much about the story and the characters wanting to get the mark. Like that matters so much more than the Ocean movies are. Like, it is fun to watch Brad Pitt and George Clooney and Matt Damon and all these guys who are just fucking great just be fucking great together. Like, and that's what the original Oceans movie was. It was like, oh, this is just so we can watch the Rat Pack hang out on TV. It's, you know, it's just about the
until Dean Martin gets a variety show, and then they all just get to hang out and get paid. You know, good times.
Yeah. Making racist jokes about Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh God, no!
Of course you don't know. They did. Oh, though, no, yeah, they're.
I haven't seen that much.
Their stage act, so many jokes about the fact that he's black. I mean, it is rough. It's just like, God, really?
I know I shouldn't be shocked, but
you shouldn't.
Look, I am.
I know. You're not so cynical yet.
I just want to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
well, the Rat Pack ain't gonna do it.
It's like I'll imagine, or I'll think, okay, this, yeah, I'm not shocked by this, and yet I also really hoped that this wasn't a thing.
Right. But here we are. Well, I think that once again, we have proven my theory that everything comes back to Aaron Spelling.
Even the sting.
Hell yeah, it does. So join us here on Wednesday, Cheesemeisters, when it's season 5, kids. We're starting season 5. Season 5, episode 1, What I Did on My Summer Vacation and Other Stories. And join us here next Friday when we watch something that we have not decided yet. I'm going to have to watch the episode, I think, before I have like a firm feeling on which way to go. Because like there's just all these, like, I was telling Laura last night, I was like, I can't decide, because like we could do a movie set in an airport because they go to the airport. We could do a movie about a goatee because it's previously discussed. Brandon has a goatee. We could do a movie about Buffalo or people from Buffalo because that's where Valerie's from.
Oh, okay.
But like, or we could do stuff about like what happened on people's summer vacations and
I know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
Sisterhood and traveling pants.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think we're gonna need to watch it and then get an idea of like which direction we want to go.
Got it.
So I don't have any firm good ideas. I have a good idea for episode 2 and 4 and 13 and 22 and 25 and 31.
Wow.
I have ideas for things throughout the season, but I don't have one for episode 1 yet. So join us here next Friday for the mystery that is whatever it is we're going to do. But it's going to be great, Cheese Meisters, because that's how we roll.
Yeah.
All right. So until then, cheers.
Cheers.
Neither are we, kid.